The Las Vegas Raiders are falling apart. It's no surprise after losing their third straight game, many fans and players are starting to become frustrated with its current situation. And it all starts up top. The Raidernation have been calling for Josh McDaniels to be fired ever since the end of last season. And I'm one that can admit that I was wrong, because I wanted to give Josh and this new regime the benefit of the doubt with his own players here in Las Vegas. But after what we've seen these past 3 weeks, there's no more excuse. You can tell that the players are starting to lose faith in this coaching staff, and even some just tired of losing in general.
It's frustrating, man. I'm tired of losing. Just keep it 100. Tired of losing, man. And I feel like every day I go in there and I work, so eventually something got to give.
The fact that it's close, is it like, okay, we're right there, or is it just even
Nah, man, that make it worse. That make it worse, man, because that just means, 5 to 6 plays, you do them right. Difference in the outcome of the game. But at the same time, you're tired of saying 5 or 6 plays, difference in the outcome of the game. It's just time to do that.
Be better than the way that we playing. I mean, we got a pretty talented roster, so it's frustrating to be in these games and obviously not be able to finish them, but just to maximize the whole game and be able to execute at a higher level, throughout to make it easy on ourselves.
Then you got guys like Marcus Peters liking posts about firing Josh McDaniels. That definitely tells you something on how the players are feeling about this regime. Now it's really frustrating because we do have talent in the building, but coaching is killing this team slowly, week in and week out, which is why you have fans voicing their frustrations to Mark Davis's face at the game. But can you blame them though? The Raider fans have been going through many years of mediocrity and there has been no signs of improvement. And Mark Davis's response to these loyal fans is to smarten up. But the only logical and smart thing to do is to get rid of the problem right in front of you, which is firing Josh McDaniels. Now, I'm not going to go as far as to saying that I put all the blame on Mark Davis, because Mark has done a lot to put the Raiders on the map as far as, bringing a new stadium, making the Raiders the home of the entertainment capital of the world. But when it comes to football, Mark Davis knows nothing, which is why he needs to bring someone in the offense that knows a lot more than him about football, and it's definitely not Josh McDaniels or Dave Ziegler. You look at this past game against the Chargers, 1st and goal, and you go out there and throw the ball when you have a reliable running back. I don't understand it. It just reminds me of the whole Seattle Patriots Super Bowl all over again. You got a guy in Josh Jacobs who's slowly starting to get his groove going, and then you want to throw the ball, and obviously you can't predict Aiden throwing a costly interception in that situation, but it's just one of the many idiotic calls that our coach needs to smarten up in. If we're talking about anybody smartening up, it should be Mark Davis and Josh McDaniels. Then Josh goes out there and lies about doing everything that they could, assigning multiple people to stopping Khalil Mack, which ended up being a lie.
Yeah, he's a great player. And, there was a number of snaps where there was multiple people assigned to him and him only, and to be able to do some of the things that he did, give him credit. We jammed him, chipped him, hit him in the ribs. We did, everything we could try to do to disrupt him with another player, and then we had, a tackle obviously assigned to him as well. So he had a great day, and we were trying to put people over there on the right side for the most parts where he was, and he did better than we did.
So that was a lie.
But according to Next Gen Stats, shout out to my guy Raiders Rap, the Raiders double-teamed Khalil Mack on only 2 of his 63 snaps, which goes to show that Josh McDaniels went out there and lied yet again to our faces, which only adds more fire to the flame, and one of the many reasons why a lot of the Raider fans want Josh McDaniels gone. What's going on with the Raiders right now is more than just a quarterback problem. Whether or not you want Jimmy G or AOC out there, it's still going to be the same thing unless something changes, because if it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised if some of our key players wanted to go elsewhere, like Max Crosby or Josh Jacobs, just to name a few. Richard Sherman came out, posted a video pointing out the fact that Max Crosby's talents is just getting wasted over here in Las Vegas, and I totally agree with him.
Max Crosby deserves a lot of credit. He deserves a lot more credit than he's getting, but he plays for the Raiders, and they always have something overshadow him. But Max Crosby has been an amazing player in the National Football League for a long time, and is continuing to make an impact week in and week out. I just hope he gets to a team that could utilize him correctly. I don't know if it's the San Francisco 49ers, the Jets, the Cowboys, even like somewhere that's going to use him and get him the spotlight that he deserves, because my goodness, he's wasting away in Las Vegas and you hate to see it.
Now, I wouldn't go to an extent in saying that the Raiders are looking to trade him in any way, shape, or form, but it's just frustrating to see a homegrown talent like Max Crosby being the only reliable defensive player on the roster when this new regime didn't do anything to help the defensive side of the ball yet again for the second year in a row. You can tell after this last game that Max feels hurt not being able to do enough for the Raiders to get the win, but that's why the fans love him, because you can tell he gives it his all every game on every down.
Raider Nation, what's up, man? Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Love and support means the world, man. Y'all fucking packed out in LA. Y'all deserve better. It's simple as that. We gotta improve. We gotta find ways to win these games. Simple as that. There's no explanations, no excuses. We gotta keep getting better. Simple as that. I love y'all. I'm gonna give y'all everything I got every single time I'm out there. You already know that. I appreciate y'all, man. All the love and support. It means the world, man. Go Raiders.
Like I stated before, the Raiders have a big problem, and it's more than just a quarterback problem, a defensive problem, heck, even an offensive line problem. They have a coaching problem, and it all comes down to Marky Mark to make that decision. Now, I don't know how much longer the nation can put up with this, let alone the players in the locker room, but one thing's for sure, something has got to change, and all signs lead to finding a new head coach. Now, I don't know who the right guy for the job is, but it'd be better than anything that we've seen lately. Josh McDaniels has proven before and is proving now that he is not fit to be a head coach in the NFL. And I can admit that I was one of the many Raider fans that had some hope, that had some optimism. Even after last season, I still thought that Josh McDaniels could turn things around. But after these first couple of weeks, after the first quarter of the NFL season, you can already tell that this team is slowly losing any type of faith in this coaching staff. But what are your thoughts, Raider Nation? Do you think that it's too late for the Raiders to turn anything around this season? What should the organization do moving forward? Should we fire Josh McDaniels right now, or should we just wait till after the season to let him go? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, in some other news, I seen a post on Instagram that I thought was interesting, and I thought I'd ask you guys a question on whether or not we should do this. Pick Six posted 6 trades that need to happen this season, and we had 2 Raider players on the list, which is why I'm talking about it right now. Now, the very first player that they thought the Raiders should trade away was none other than our star running back Josh Jacobs, trading him to the Dallas Cowboys in return for a 2024 third-round pick. The reasoning behind this is the fact that the Cowboys need a bruiser back to complement Pollard. The Raiders aren't willing to pay Josh Jacobs after this season, and the Raiders possibly are headed towards a rebuild. Now, as much as I do love seeing Josh Jacobs in the silver and black, I could see this actually happening. But do I want to see this happen? Of course not. I would love to see Josh Jacobs play out the rest of this year and go from there. But if the Raiders are able to get any kind of compensation back, say a third-round pick, it does seem intriguing. And the second player that they had for the Raiders trading away, none other than the guy that we've all been talking about throughout the whole offseason, and the guy that has not been utilized this whole season yet, has been wide receiver Hunter Renfrow, going to the Philadelphia Eagles in return for a 2024 5th-round pick. The reasoning behind this is that the Eagles are in desperate need of a reliable slot receiver, and the Raiders just aren't using him. Might as well move on and receive some type of value for him, which I do agree with. I feel like if the Raiders are continuing to go in this direction of not utilizing Hunter Renfrow at all, we might as well get something in return. So I wouldn't be too hurt about moving on from Hunter Renfrow. But then again, Raider Nation, I want to get your thoughts on these 2 trade scenarios. Do you feel like the Raiders should pull the trigger on this and try to start a whole new rebuild, or just keep the guys that we have on the roster right now? Or do you feel like the picks that we get in return are not enough to let go of these 2 talents? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. With that said, if you guys do enjoy the video and you guys are Raider fans, man, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button, just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Until the next one, this your boy Samoa Raider, and your boy is, yeah.